Cool Breeze AC studio, and when I heard that Mike Ditka liner coming out of the break, that was the movie that they referenced Mark Spitz, right? The gold medalist?
Mark
Spitz. They referenced that because Coach Ditka played opposite Will Ferrell in the movie Kicking and Screaming about dad becomes a soccer coach and becomes competitive, but the neighbor is obviously the legendary Mike Ditka. So that's the movie that referenced Mark Spitz. And I was like, oh, that's the guy Randy was talking about last week. And now I know more about Mark Spitz.
So would he be the OG?
I guess so.
The old guy?
I guess so, because he got the respect from Hollywood. He got the credit from the writers to put his name there when it could have been anything. So, obviously that movie's a little bit older, but that's a big honor, right? I mean, to be mentioned in a movie like that, like when you're talking about greatness and you're using that as an example and they bring his name up.
Again, the problem with that is if most people
don't know
today who are watching it, right, don't know who it is.
I watched that movie 10 times
and you never noticed it, right?
Now I notice it because of your awareness to it.
So that's the issue. And to be honest, I'm kind of the reverse. There's names that are said now. I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah. There's whole languages that we don't know. My daughters have communication on levels that we will never figure out. Like, they create their own words and chat rooms, and it's wild, man. It is wild.
Thinking about changing the studio.
Yeah, we want to.
I'm going to get new microphones.
I got something we can do for a studio upgrade. I went furniture shopping this weekend. Now, I have a Randy...
What garage unit did you buy?
No, a Randy Macho Man connection here. So, went into a furniture store. I won't say which one. Met a lady.
You won't say which one.
I won't say which one. And she actually took Randy Poffo, otherwise known as Randy Savage, to her Christmas party as a friend. That's how they were just close. And so she was talking about it this weekend. But guess what item in the furniture store that's new is the worst item you could ever buy, in my opinion, for your home, for society, for civilization, for the future? What's one thing in a furniture store that you would...
A sex chair.
Oh, that sounds nice.
That's the worst thing to buy.
Really? What? A sex chair is a great thing to buy. Are you crazy? We have different opinions,
I guess.
All right, but I saw in the store on the showroom floor they have a coffee table that is a refrigerator. I looked at it; it had a mirrored finish, and I saw these little lights illuminated, and I was like, "What are those things?" And that was how you control the temperature. And then the drawer slides out, and now you keep your sugary drinks and your low glycemic quality foods and your beer and the things that you have to now get up and actually walk and go to the refrigerator.
How is this a Randy Macho Man Poffo Savage story?
But she was our salesperson, and she's great. And she's like, I don't do social media, I don't do technology, I don't have internet, I don't have this. She's so free, and she's like, I got a 600 square foot of place, and I don't have any possessions and none of the stuff, and I was just friends with Macho Man, and then
she just happened to drop that.
So we're talking because we're talking, and we're bonding like we are now. And then she goes, I don't do any of that stuff, and I was like, well, I'm in media, like that's great. The guy Randy who owns the network, he was friends with Randy in real life, and they did this Survivor tape. And then she goes, oh, let me see. So she pulls out her cell phone, she puts in my Instagram, she follows me, so we're now friends. She's here, like she's part of this now, watching. And then I was walking out of the store, my daughter goes, I thought she didn't do technology. And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't. She's like, well, she followed you on Instagram before we left the store. And I'm like, you're right. I was like, I didn't realize
you got taken.
I didn't realize she'd taken a cell phone. But she was like,
now she has access to your cell phone.
She says she has nothing. Like she's a minimalist. But her cat has a new car because it has a wide dashboard, and the cat can ride around, and it loves the sun, and it's a big space. So she lives through a cat. Her ID.
I get it now.
Her alter ego.
No, seriously, I get it. I get why the two of you connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody has an alter ego. Everybody has a nickname. Fighters have a Carrot Top. That's not his real name. But when you adopt a character or a personality, and then that becomes successful, it becomes part of your real trait as a human. Like, you can't be that guy on camera, a methodology or actor, and take on these roles without some of those traits becoming part of your own, especially if it's successful and people react to you a certain way.
Street that man.
Okay, so what does this have to do with Macho Man?
So she was
Just other than she
took him to
just other than she dropped his name.
She took him to
She celebrity dropped, thinking
She
that
was
by mention Macho Man, you may buy this ridiculous table that's also a
that's
refrigerator.
going to kill so many people. Like people aren't even going to get off their computers in the future. They won't even get up from the couch now. You don't even have to use any energy or expend any energy to burn calories to have everything at your fingertips.
Saving the planet.
This is awful for society, because I mean it's hard. I pry my kids off of social media to get them outside.
Do you know how many times I had to get up to change the TV channel?
Yeah.
I think my dad did it on purpose.
Move the TV further away.
No, just he would always
There you come, I was like-
he would always want to change the channel. Like, I just changed it. I don't care. Change it again.
It's a control thing.
I wonder what would have happened if I would have said, no, you do it.
That's what you get now. You know, tell your kids that you don't want them to do something. Just disregard it. It's not just people. It's everywhere.
No.
It's in authority figures. I mean, I just saw on the drive-in today on the highway. It said your dad said to obey the speed limit, because scaring them with police officers and legal threats of like tickets isn't effective. They're trying to go back to like, okay, your father was a source of credibility, someone that you respected, someone you loved, that you trusted, that was a leader. So if he says don't speed, people, they're hoping that they'll listen, because people don't respect authority now.
Yeah, my dad could have told me don't speed. I'll get there faster. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, Bucked Up Energy Drink, and BioAccelerant.
Sorry,